A hidden audio clip has surfaced, and it's uncovering a web that was never meant to be exposed. At this moment, Jay-Z is under a level of examination he's never truly faced before. For years, he carried the image of being untouchable, the ultra-successful billionaire who always managed to stay clear of controversy. Now, however, a wave of shocking leaks and first-hand accounts is lifting the veil, and what's emerging threatens to completely reshape how the public views him. At the center of the controversy stands 50 Cent. He has stated that he's already compiled enough material for a documentary aimed squarely at Jay-Z. When Jay-Z's legal team reportedly sent a cease and desist, 50 took it not as a warning, but as confirmation that something important was being hidden. According to him, Jay-Z and Diddy are cut from the same cloth, with the only difference being that Jay-Z hides behind a cleaner, more refined image. Their rivalry stretches back 2 decades, and 50 claims he's fully aware of what went on behind closed doors. He's even cast doubt on the origins of certain well-known public acts, such as a widely discussed funeral flower arrangement, implying it may have been orchestrated by Jay-Z rather than Diddy. He also highlights alleged power plays, including an incident where Nicki Minaj shared a harmless video online and was allegedly met with legal pressure from Jay-Z's attorneys. The claims don't stop there. Reports suggest that in 2015, Nicki Minaj played a role in helping establish the streaming platform Tidal, only to be denied millions in payments she was allegedly owed. According to 50 Cent, that money was deliberately withheld. Sources also claim Jay-Z's hand could be felt during several major and controversial moments over the years, ranging from the infamous elevator video to tightly controlled invite-only gatherings. The pattern, they say, is one of pulling strings from the shadows while maintaining a spotless public image. But now, with Diddy's world under a microscope, that darkness is being illuminated. 50 Cent insists his mission isn't about attacks, it's about ensuring a buried truth finally sees the light. The situation grew more intense when a clip surfaced of 50 Cent mocking Jay-Z's silence. "He ain't answering the phone," 50 quipped, suggesting Jay-Z was in hiding. The narrative exploded online. Jay-Z was running because 50 had allegedly leaked private communications between Jay-Z and Diddy. For Jay-Z, this is a nightmare, as long-standing rumors about his activities with Diddy are suddenly gaining new life. Commentators began stating Sean Jay-Z Carter was either directly involved or complicit. The tension is palpable, with fears that many are still trapped within a powerful system. In interviews, 50 Cent has clarified he was never part of Diddy's inner circle. Certain invitations made him uncomfortable long ago, and that distance now allows him to speak freely. He says the recent criminal allegations against Diddy didn't surprise him at all. Then singer Jaguar Wright entered the conversation with a devastating claim: Jay-Z is worse than Diddy. She alleges he has inflicted greater harm on women than what Diddy did to Cassie. "I got the scars to prove it," she stated. Wright claims Jay-Z once attacked her and, like Diddy, had the incident recorded. This, she suggests, is why Jay-Z is publicly distancing himself from Diddy, to avoid being caught in the legal crossfire. 50 Cent has also spoken about Jay-Z effectively going into hiding until the Diddy situation passes. Even more serious are the renewed whispers about Jay-Z's potential connection to the tragic death of Kathy White. Let's consider what Jaguar Wright had to say. "Sean Carter is just as bad. I know that for a fact. You want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin? I can tell you. The Cassie situation is nothing. Sean Carter remembers what he did to me, and he's got it on tape, just like Diddy. It's going to be the women that bring them down in the end." As the investigation into Diddy expanded, public attention slowly turned to Jay-Z. His silence became deafening. Why wasn't he speaking? Many believed his legal team was already aware his name had surfaced in civil suits and wanted to get ahead of the narrative. Even without formal charges, the damage to his reputation was accelerating. Online, rumors swirled that he was using his power to silence accusers. One anonymous Jane Doe, who filed a lawsuit against him, claims she dropped the case not because her story was false, but out of terror. In new legal documents, she alleges she was confronted near her home by 2 individuals claiming to work for Jay-Z's lawyer. She says they pressured her to sign a paper stating her accusations were fabricated, but she refused. The alleged investigators also asked if her attorney, Tony Busby, had sought her out and offered money to make false claims, something she denies. This confrontation, she states, left her terrified and wondering how they found her anonymous identity. She claims her parents were also approached. Ultimately, she withdrew her lawsuit fearing public exposure and attacks from Jay-Z's supporters. Industry experts explain that even one criminal probe can unravel an entire network, implicating anyone closely tied to it. This is why 50 Cent's documentary project is seen as so significant. It's not about one man, it's about exposing how power was wielded behind closed doors, who knew what, and who might be next. Analysts also question how Diddy remained protected for so long, suggesting he built a fortress of influence with powerful allies. Now, reports suggest Diddy might be cooperating with authorities, and a potential part of any deal, providing information on Jay-Z. Commentator Tony Yo recently dug into this angle. Well, did he start snitching? He asked rhetorically. He better, but the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Carano White. See, I know you know what happened to Cora. You and Jay-Z were down in Vegas. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help a lot. Kathy Carano White was Jay-Z's alleged pregnant mistress who died just 24 hours after announcing she would go public with their relationship. Her official cause of death was listed as an aneurysm, but doubts persist. Now the documentary is out, and one thing is clear. This is about the future, not just the past. Every new detail shines a harsher light on those who stayed quiet, especially Jay-Z. Their history is long and deep. Former Diddy bodyguard Gene Deal was recently asked about their relationship, especially after Jay-Z's lawyer claimed the two were never close. Gene found that claim laughable. How close was Diddy and Jay-Z? He asked. Close enough that Diddy wasn't playing a sport when he came on stage, patted Jay-Z on his backside, and told the world nobody calls me Sean but Jay-Z. Gene described a specific familiarity, mentioning they had matching skinny white girls and would ask about each other's companions. That to him signals a unique bond. He also recalled an incident where 50 Cent crashed a stage they shared, and Diddy's first move was to pat Jay-Z reassuringly. When asked if he had a personal issue with Jay-Z, Gene said it wasn't about fandom. He remembered an old tense situation that Jay-Z seemingly forgot later, a sign, he says, of how people at that level operate. They cause problems and then forget because they live in a whole other atmosphere, Gene explained. He then made startling comments about the ages of women some artists associated with in the past, implying knowledge of problematic behavior that the industry has long ignored but is now coming to light. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former partner, has finally spoken out, and what shocks him most isn't just the accusations, it's the reaction. For over 25 years, Jay-Z seemed untouchable, protected by influence and selective media silence. Now that shield is cracking. Dame says this is the first time Jay-Z isn't getting a pass from white mainstream media, noting that while he can sway hip-hop outlets, he can't control people or entertainment tonight. Dame criticized the legal statement distancing Jay-Z from Diddy, calling it extreme and warning it would backfire. He believes Jay-Z's silence is dangerous if he's innocent and says hiding behind lawyers only fuels suspicion. Meanwhile, Tony Yayo explains why 50 Cent stays locked in on Jay-Z. The issue goes deeper than Diddy, it's about respect. Yayo contrasts 50's street-level loyalty with Jay-Z's corporate distance, pointing out his absence from hip-hop's 50th anniversary while attending elite events. He even claims Jay-Z tried blocking 50 from the Super Bowl until Eminem intervened. With critics, rivals, and former allies closing in, Jay-Z's image faces its biggest test yet, a moment that could rewrite hip-hop history.